Hello everybody and good morning. Welcome to the MLM Lunchtime Leadership Show. So we are going over the book, How to Have Confidence and Power in Dealing with People. And we are on chapter 3 today, but before we get into that, we're going to go ahead and invite some people onto here. Hope everybody had a great weekend. We're actually just talking about yesterday how the weather is changing here so quickly, and it'll be fall and it'll be winter here before you even know it. So it's good to plan ahead and have a game plan down of what you plan to accomplish by the end of the year, because it is going to go quickly, and if you don't plan it now, it's going to be gone before you know it.
So true.
Yep. So
Morning. What's coming on here?
Yep.
Brandon. Andrew's here. What's up, guys? Brandon's here, just like last year. Yeah, exactly. Every year.
Every year.
People are like, I can't believe that it's gonna snow again. I'm like, didn't that happen last year?
Yep. All right, so here we go. Chapter 3, how to cash in on your hidden assets. So people want to feel important, their worth confirmed by others, appreciated, and to be noticed. It's in your power to make people like themselves better. And by giving people this extra attention, you really do make people feel better. So all of us not only need to feel that we are important, we need to feel that other people recognize and acknowledge our importance. So what we need is for other people to help us feel important and help us confirm our senses of personal worth. So for our own feelings about ourselves are to be a large extent of reflections of the feelings of other people have and seem to have about us as well. And you'll find that a lot of people with a low self-esteem feel that they don't have enough self-worth, and they're not getting the confirmation from other people that they strongly desire. So by fulfilling that need, you're helping other people feel more confident in themselves. And this is actually how unimportant little actions can build up over a period of time. And that's where a lot of consequences can happen later. If these things constantly go ignored, people tend to act out, which he's going to talk about later here in just a minute. So you must recognize other people. So J.C. Stahl, I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm not sure. But after analyzing many surveys, found that the principal causes of unrest among workers are the following, and it's listed in the order of most importance. Number 1, failure to give credit for suggestions. Number 2, failure to correct grievances. Number 3, failure to encourage. Number 4, criticizing employees in front of other people. Number 5, failure to ask employees their opinions. And failure to inform employees of their progress, and favoritism. So notice that every single one of those items has to do with failure to recognize the importance of the person. Failure to give credit to workers says that your work isn't very important, and failure to give correct grievances says that you are unimportant, so unimportant that your grievances don't amount to anything. So not addressing any of those, you're really telling your field that they are not important. If you don't listen to your team and some of the comments that they have, you're basically telling them they don't matter, and they're not going to want to come talk to you, and they're not going to want to be around you. And since this is a voluntary business, if you're in MLM and you're trying to build a team, if people don't feel comfortable coming to you and talking to you about things, there's a big issue there. So there are 3 ways to make people feel more important. Number 1, think other people are important. Our treatment of people depends on what we think they are. And if you don't think your people are important, you will treat them as such. So John Maxwell talks about this too. He says, view everybody as a 10, not a 5. Your actions are going to reflect, your mind reflects your actions. And if you control what's going on in your head, you're going to be able to do that better. Number 2, notice other people. So how to make people work harder. You'll only notice the things that are important to you, and everybody views what's important in their life and to them differently. So therefore, when somebody notices us and pays us a big compliment, because by recognizing our importance, it gives a big boost to people's morale, and we become more friendly and more cooperative and actually end up working harder. Turn the spotlight on everyone. So when you're walking through a group of people, you want to pay attention to everybody, a little bit of everybody. Make sure everybody gets at least some of your attention, and you go out of your way to make sure that you talk with them and make them feel important, because otherwise what ends up happening, they don't feel like they're a member of the group and they feel isolated. You don't want to just go to your favorite people all the time. You do want to make your rounds and talk to at least everybody. Now, there's some people on the team that you want to spend a little bit less time with. There's always that one person that's like, I'm going to start, I'm going to plan, I'm going to do this. And you just want to encourage them, be like, yep, you're going to do it. Okay. But then you need to move on to the people that are working. You still have to be conscious of how much time you spend with certain people, but once that person's ready and they do take off, you want to at least have that relationship, so that way when they are ready, you have that relationship already set and you can help them. But sometimes it just takes people a little while, and you just have to encourage them. You don't want to be negative in any way. You're just like, okay, cool, and then when they're ready, they will actually take off. Excuse me. Number 3, don't lord it over people. So we have the need to feel important too, and the temptation is always present when we're dealing with people to impress upon them our own importance. So consciously or unconsciously, we want to make a good impression on people too. And if somebody tells, hold on. Yep. So if somebody tells of some great task that they performed, we want to think of something that was even greater than that task. So, and often we are anxious to impress the other person with our own importance, that we end up making them feel smaller and make ourselves appear a lot bigger. So it's kind of like one-upping everybody. So you want to avoid that, because the goal is to bring everybody up, not bring everybody else down. That's the difference between a leader and a poser. The leader is going to encourage everybody else and not boast so much about the accomplishments that they have. If we're celebrating somebody else, you need to celebrate that person, and you need to ask them questions and congratulate them and make them feel important. So you want to make a good impression on the other fellow, but the most effective way to ever discovered for impressing the other fellow is to let them know that you are impressed by him. So let the other person know that you're impressed, and don't so that way, what the heck? Sorry, I wrote this late at night and my words are like all over the place on this page. So let that person know that they impress you, and they will judge you one of the smartest and most personable individuals they have ever met. So how to know when you correct another. This was actually something really good that I found not only in MLM but applies really everywhere. So when you're going to correct somebody, usually when we correct another person, it's not for the purpose of settling any real problems, but only to increase our feeling of importance at the expense of somebody else. So if there's an issue or somebody is wrong or you think they're wrong, you need to ask yourself this question: does it make a real difference whether or not they are right? sometimes it doesn't hurt to just let somebody have their opinion. A lot of times this comes up in politics and everybody's like either a strong this or a strong that, and there's always some type of conflict. It is fine to just let certain things go. I'm only using politics as an example. Don't get into an argument on the comments, please.
Yep.
So, but I thought you were gonna say something, never mind. But sometimes it's just okay to let things go and let people just do something. Sometimes when you're trying to teach people on your team, you need to, once you show them what to go do, sometimes you just need to let them fall on their face a couple of times, because you can only repeat yourself so many times, and every once in a while people need to just fall on their face for a little bit until they figure it out, or until they're ready to learn how to do it the right way. But the difference is that they ask. But if you are going to bring something to somebody, it's like, hey, I see you're struggling with this. Do I have your permission to tell you how to do this a different way that could work a lot better? And then if it's a yes or a no, then you can give them the advice. Don't try to win all the little battles. So back to the question that we just asked. Sometimes there is no purpose in correcting the other person and making them feel small. So sometimes it's better to just let it go. And basically, that's what I got out of this chapter. There was a lot of other stuff in there that was good, that kind of pertains to more of your personal life. But that was what we got out of it based on MLM, because that's what we're talking about on here. So with that, that's what I got for this chapter. Do you have any comments or things that you got?
Nope, that's it.
Alrighty, well that is it for us today. Maybe the crock pot of the group. Nice.
Okay, guys.
All right.
Back to it tomorrow, chapter 4.
Chapter 4. And if you guys would like to go follow us on YouTube, you're more than welcome to do that as well. Each one of these videos is going to be uploaded there, and we will be sharing these notes to the MLM Lunchtime Leadership Show Facebook group. So you're welcome to plug in there if you haven't already and get those notes.
Awesome.
We will see you tomorrow.